Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for the middle of November. We are at November 15th, and so we are literally down to like 45 days before the end of the year. Okay, time is moving. I was doing an exercise just yesterday um, where the goal was we had to list like 12 major events. Number one was you had to start with your birthday. And then you got to choose 12 major events that impacted your life. From you could start at you were encouraged to start at childhood. What was something that was, really important that made a mark in your life? And so we had to do that throughout our life, think through our life, choose whatever you deem as important, as monumental. We had 12 or 14 of those, and we were supposed to end it the day yesterday. Hey, Mother. Hey, Nerly Pearly. And thank you for all who are jumping on with me. Thank you for joining me. And so we had to do that, and then we had to narrow down. And so I chose 12 very important things. But then we had to narrow that list of 12 down to 5 and look for a theme. Well, all 12 were very important until I had to narrow them down, until I was forced to constrict the list down to 5 major monumental events in my life, and then look for the theme. It was a fascinating exercise that we were doing, and a lot of aha moments came out because we don't typically think into that kind of thing, and look for those kind of themes floating through your life. But when we take the time, when we make the time to do that, we can find themes that run throughout our life that help us in hindsight, or from a 30,000-foot level view, help us recognize themes, strains, and strands that meander through our life. And it was fascinating, but it also made me because I put love and relationships in there, and I don't know why I went this route, but again, thank you for all who are jumping on with me. But what I started to do was ask myself, has there been conditional love? And I know I entitled this perspective Unconditional because I want you to think about uh, the highest level. The highest level of love is unconditional. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you act. I love you. I love you before you started smiling. I love you before you gave me that $5. I love you before you made the straight A's. It made that unconditional. There's nothing you can do to make, and I only unconditional, true unconditional love I think about is God's love for us. There is absolutely nothing we can do to get him to love us more. You can't be better. You can't be gooder. You can't be more faithful. You can't be more consistent. You can't be nicer to other folks. There's nothing we can do to get him to love us more. And there is absolutely nothing we can do to make him stop loving us. You can't be that bad. You can't be that ugly, that ornery, that evil. There's an unconditional love that is really sort of hard to fathom. So I had to wind that thing back to me and my relationships, and I want you to think through the challenge today. That's right, Miss CeeLo. The challenge today is for you to think about relationships in your life where you have put conditions on people. Even if we say, oh no, I love you, our actions sometime, or a lack of action sometimes, will speak loud and clear that no, we love them when they're doing right by us. We love them when they're doing right by us. We love them more when the grades are A's. We love them more when we don't have to beg for them to keep their promise to us. Okay. So it made me think, where in my life have I put conditions on people and I'm still calling it love? You're not going to hear a right or wrong from me. I'm just telling you, it made me think, and I wanted to challenge you to think in your life. Even our children, for those of you who have children and grandchildren and nieces and nephews that you love intensely, to them at times it can feel like, it can feel as if, well, you love me more when I'm doing what you want me to do. I already know that. You love me more when I'm not, when I didn't have to call you from jail. You love me more when I'm living the kind of life that you would like me to live and doing the kind of things that you want me to live. When I'm not doing certain things, you love me more. Even if we say, even if we believe, even if our heart and mind are in sync that, oh, I love this person, this child, this grandchild unconditionally, on the receiving end, it can feel as if it is circumstantial, it's situational. And so, again, I'm not looking for a right or wrong. The only one I absolutely know without equivocation is that God loves us unconditionally. As jacked up as we are, doing stuff we know we ain't got no business doing, and yet he still loves us. And we'd like to think, even as a parent, that I love my children unconditionally. But on the receiving end, I thoroughly understand. I know that it doesn't always feel like that. It doesn't always feel as if we are loved unconditionally. Now that I'm talking it out loud, it might not feel like that, because if you're going through a rough patch in your life, if everything is falling apart in your life, nothing is coming together, nothing makes sense. Every time you try to go, there's another closed door. The window is shut tight. No one is returning your phone calls. You can't get a yes from anybody. Everything is a rejection. Sometimes I suppose it can feel like that God even doesn't love us because you're not doing right. And I just need to do right, and then God will open. So yeah, talking it out loud, I'm sure that we have all felt, no, I take that back. That's way too big of a stretch. I know that some people can feel as if even God loves them conditionally, only when we're doing what he wants to do. So on the human level, we absolutely can feel as if our parents, our children, our spouses, our family, our friends love us more when we do what they want. They don't love us quite as much when we out and our life is jacked up. So my challenge on this fabulous Friday for you is to walk through your life. Walk through your life, walk through your relationships. Walk through your relationships and see where we can display a more unconditional version of love, so that no one ever gets to have the opportunity to believe that they were not loved. That they were not loved at all times. I'll go back to the analogy I used earlier with God. There is absolutely nothing we can do to get him to love us anymore. And there is absolutely nothing we can do that would make him stop loving us, or that would make him love us less. How are we doing in that realm? Not that we're God, but how are we doing in that realm with our own relationships? Do they know that they are loved, not based on their grades or their actions or their inactions, not based on their responses to us. Are they just flat out loved unconditionally? I've got work to do personally. So I just thought I would offer that thought to you since I had it and I was working it around in my little brain. That is my challenge. That is my thought to you. Do they absolutely know? Okay. Make this a fabulous, fabulous Friday as this month winds down. Make it a fabulous Friday. And until next time, take real good care of yourselves.